Hey everyone, it's your girl Bray, and I'm here because I wanted to point out something that I felt was missing in the divine masculine and divine feminine community. Um, just an explanation or maybe a better understanding. Because there's just certain things that I see that are being said, that are being done, and um, as far as energy, I feel like straight to the point. Um, a lot of y'all divine masculines are real feminine, and a lot of y'all divine feminines are really masculine. And then you ask yourself, like, why is he playing all these games to try to get my attention, like a female? And it's like the whole thing, like from okay, I watch different things, and I watch things about sugar babies. I watch things about. I also watch videos about the NGO and men going their own way community, things of that nature. I used to watch Tommy Sotomayor. Um, like 5 years ago, I used to watch him because a lot of things that he was saying, no matter how um, vulgar he might say it, I was just able to see the truth in it because I was able to see that, and it's something I saw myself. And even when I was watching it with the father of my children one time, well, he wasn't really watching it, but he was listening to it, and he was like, "Yeah, oh shoot, like he's saying it, like yeah, that's so true," and it's sad that it's seen as true, but we have to understand why. And why are these divine masculines so feminine? Why are they doing all this female stuff? And it's like, because I myself, as a divine feminine, as a feminine woman, um, I don't like weak men. Um, Weak men make me feel like I need to step up, and that's not my job. That's not my role as a divine feminine. My role is not to step up and get shit done. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to nurture. I'm here to, like, basically I am the whole energy center of the household. So that they say, like, with the world, with women period, like women have been through so much that the world is like really about to change, simply because of the fact, like this, a happy wife, happy life. Well, put that in the whole energetic situation of the whole entire world. Um, a lot of women have been mistreated. A lot of women have been taken advantage of, whether consciously or unconsciously. And whether consciously or unconsciously, um, that still sends out energy into the earth. And with the feminine perspective, is being downplayed by the over masculine macho persona that the world is trying to emulate, which is really like pushing women down. So I understand why women have fought for their rights and things of that nature. There was just simple things that really we were burdened with for simply being a woman, not seeing as being capable of doing certain things because simply we are women. Um, that was a faulty part of the system, but it needed to be in place so that we could um, seek our individuality and understand who we are as a divine feminine. But I feel like a lot of the divine feminines have taken the place of the masculine, and then they wonder why their divine feminine masculines are so feminine. And I've experienced this myself with dealing with different kind of men. Not I say different kind, but even the same man through a few years, seeing the same thing, just seeing how our energy goes back and forth between each other. Um, when I am feminine and when I am, using my feminine charm, I get better results with men. Men's natural instinct becomes to protect and provide for me, even if it's so low as just providing information, protecting me by telling me something because they feel like I need to understand that. And then it, you know, um, leads forward and more forth to um, them feeling responsible for me eventually. But a lot of the times, as us women, we start treating these men like they're our child, and a lot of the love that and attention that we should be giving our children, we're trying to give to these men, but it's not. That's not what our that power of ours is for. We're supposed to use that to nurture our children and our home. Not saying you don't nurture the man, but if the man is not doing anything to prove his masculinity, as in providing stability for the home, um, for being first of all, being able to sustain himself without the need of someone else being there. One, and I'm not and the discounts and the living with the moms or the homeboy or in the basement for reduced rent. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being able to take care of himself and um, afford to take care of a woman, and if they have a child, take care of the children. A lot of the times these men are coming to us when they have been dealt with a masculine female, and they come to us looking for some type of nurturing and things of that nature to, you know, build themselves up and go right back with the BS, because we're giving our sacred energy to someone who's not deserving of it, at least not at that moment. So we wonder why, when we are giving them all this energy and we seem to not receive it back, and then we feel depleted and drained, and like we can't um, do certain things. We our very vulnerable side of the divine feminine comes out. And also, part of being the divine feminine is understanding our relationship between ourselves and God first. Because if we don't see the relationship between ourselves and God first, then when we see our counterpart, we will not fully be able to relate to them and understand them, because we don't understand our part first. So our part, the agreement between ourselves and God, period. Because when we understand our when we understand our agreement between ourselves and God, then we will have a better understanding of what's going on and why these things have manifested before us. And we'll understand, at least for ourselves, um, to protect ourselves, we will know whether or not this is the right time to do certain things. And we will know whether it's the right time to give our energy to this person, or just how much energy should we give to this person without draining ourselves and our energy and our life force, and us becoming codependent on wanting and needing that exchange. Because to need and want that exchange from them blocks us off from God, because He is the greatest source of our power. And when we give that to another human being like us, no matter how divine they are, we lose ourselves because God is only the higher part of ourselves. God is what is connecting us together in the first place. So if we are not connected to God, and God is just, for sake of understanding, if God is what's keeping us together here, if we venture from God, we're just going to be floating, and that's what it feels like. I mean, at least from my perspective, that's how it felt like to me, So, it took me some time, as it does for everybody, for I had to learn to understand a lot of things about myself that I didn't understand, and truly understand what it is that I want for myself. And now, me being a mother, for myself and my children and our future. So now I'm understanding a lot more my purpose, and because of my children, I can say that it's helped me a lot more, even though there were struggles in between because I didn't understand. But at the end of the day, from the beginning to the end of the day, all day, every minute, every second, every hour, God has been there for me. And because I had that hope, that faith that God is good, and that that everything is, there's always a reason to be happy. There's always a reason to smile. That's what helped me hang on and hold on to where I am right now. And I just feel like I needed to share that because from what I'm seeing and from what I've been through, I feel like our divine masculines have been very feminine because we have been very masculine in our energy, trying to play God by manipulating and controlling the situation, trying to alter the situation through I'm not going to say intent. I'm going to say through will. Okay. Through will, which I feel like will is different from intention, because like a will, it sounds like an action. It sounds like this, like it makes me feel like an action that you hope to do, that you hope gets done, rather than intention, which is more of an expectation but an allowing. And we will try to will these people to us when they should be trying to will us to them. They should be making it comfortable for us to go where they are. There's no reason why, for me, especially I guess with my understanding and knowledge and philosophy of sugar babying, which I have absolutely no problem with. I do have a problem with people being negative about it and things of that nature. But I also believe that you can have anything that you want, and if you want to be with somebody who is financially stable, I mean not just stable, but financially well off, who can take care of your physical needs as well as mental, spiritual, psychological, everything like that. If I missed any of those other ones, needs here on earth, while you're still connected to God and have that understanding. So then you understand that he is also connected to God and has the understanding, or she, whoever the divine feminine is for you, however which way your relationship dynamic plays out for you. Okay, I forgot what I was about to say about that, but let me see. Yeah, they should be making it comfortable for us, and a lot of times I see or hear about, the divine feminines taking care of these men, and that's just not the way it's supposed to be. We are not supposed to be taking care of them. We're not supposed to be licking their wounds and coddling them if they don't have anything to show for it, because that's not really what they want. They're at a low point, you know. Ashira was saying, I watch Ashira Star Goddess. No, I watch that channel of hers, but Shera 7, SHERA 7-1, or Shera 1-7. But if you put Shera, she'll pop up. Yeah, but she was saying that decoding the song, at your best you are loved, and that is true, because when you're at your best you are truly loved for that version of you, because when you're at your worst, people don't respect you. People don't see your strength, they see your weakness. Unfortunately, as humans, no matter how divine we are, we're still human, and we still have that understanding. When we see somebody, a man, in that weak state and feel bad for him, that is demasculating the man by looking at him and seeing weakness. You're supposed to looking at a man, you're supposed to see strength. And if he is not exhibiting that strength, then you are only enabling them to be feminine. And yeah, I'm raising 2 boys, and I had to understand, especially with me being at least right now a single mother, because I have very high hopes that my children will have I intend for my children and I to have a wonderful masculine male figure, to be that who I will allow to be the leader of our household, who I'll feel comfortable with that, with him being in charge, like I would God being in charge. I want to be able to go on a road trip and fall asleep and wake up knowing that he's good. He don't need me to be there looking at the map. If I want to look at the map, I can, just to see where we're going, or just to be curious. Okay, well, that's cool. But I don't want to have to be there. If the car breaks down, I'm not trying to be there pumping up the tires with you. I'm not. That's too much. It's not what I'm here for. I'm supposed to be here as an energy center of what you give to me, I multiply. So that's why a lot of y'all are feeling fed up right now. I know I'm feeling fed up with even having to deal with the situation and what is transpired because of it, and because I wasn't in my feminine divinity. I wasn't in my divine femininity or feminine divinity, and things didn't transpire the way that I thought or I felt like they should have. So I guess I'm just gonna maybe just do a reading, because I haven't done my cards in a while. Alright. So I'm going to use my Miss Cleo deck, and then I will use the Psychic Heart Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck, which I've noticed that a lot of tarot readers are using them now. Even some that I watch, and I'm not saying that they, stole it from me, because you can't steal cards that are available to everyone. But I'm just saying I've seen a lot of people using these cards. Not Miss Cleo, but yeah. Anyway, so Spirit, what is the message for the Divine Feminine? Now that we know what we know. Okay. Divine Masculine is confused. Knows that there's some situation needs to be left. There's an offer. Okay. For some, there's an offer of money that seems promising. Offer of some type of offer that might put them in a better situation. I don't know. In some cycles, victoriously. It seems like it's slow coming, or he's just at the beginning stages of it. That's weird. Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. So, moving slowly. Okay, to drop a burden. Then we have the Chariot. And when I get a Major Arcana card, I like to think of it like as advice, or like the energy, like under this energy, this is what's going on. This is what's going on in your day-to-day life, that and how it's affecting this energy, which is the energy of movement, of success and victory. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put on some music since now I'm finished talking. And let's see what comes on. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I really don't care about being copywritten, because I don't want donations through YouTube anyway. So if I was to get donations, it would be through my Cash App. I just saw the devil. Devil was like, hey. Alright, so give me a message for the Twin Flame, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine community. Yeah, like I don't want to put I don't want to put my cup there. You offer me emotional offer. It's like there's nothing here, and you give me this little tree, and you couldn't bring me to a restaurant. Like you couldn't like there's nothing going on here. It's like it's dry land, but we got a bunch of cups. What are we gonna fill it with? I'm not satisfied with that. So this just popped up. The Three of Staffs. So it's like, okay, so I'm gonna keep it moving because I see something that I do like, and it's nothing like I've ever had before, and I'm gonna keep it moving because I deserve success. I deserve victory. All right, okay. These cards are fumbling around. Way better than his bitch, yeah. Like a fish. Okay, we too quiet. Let me get some clarity in here. Let me get some clarity in here. Let's get some clarity in here. Let me be clear, Lord. Let me be clear. You know how my mind be. It's Mercury retrograde. I'm a Mercury in Pisces as it is, and it's Mercury retrograde in Pisces. All right. Yes. All right. Yeah, we too player. Okay. Ooh, I got a free hour of Pandora. Alright, why that goes through. Alright, we got the Three of Cups here. So, okay. What I just got was from that Four of Cups. From that Four of Cups. You know, remember those 3 cups that were in the on the plate? And it's like, that maybe at one time, there was, you know, a very happy time. And as you can see, the scenery here, it's not that much different from the Four of Cups, because this looks deserted as well. But there's merriment here. There's sharing here. You know, there's love and emotion being, you know, given around and things of that nature. And it's saying that, you know, that same energy is not there anymore. That same energy is not there anymore. Let me. Yeah. Okay. He coming back. He keep coming back up. And we got the Empress here. So the cards that I got, because I like to look at the bottom. Besides the Star and the Death card. Wait, I'm just going to explain the Star and the Death card first, before I even get into this. Okay. Star and the Death card. I feel as though with these two energies coming out together, that, oh wow, because it's the same person. It's the same person. And this is the last card after the two major arcanas that came up. The Page of Staff. Okay. Because this thing's about to tell a story, and I'm not trying to do a whole story, but with the Star, you know, there's hope. There's still hope, and I feel like you're putting your hope into something. You want something to end. There's something that you want to end here. And maybe it's just the illusion that everything is over, that you really have to like, or I feel like you have to let this some things, because the Death card, it comes to clear your path from negativity or just something that's in the way of what it is that you're going through. So I feel like right now is a time period where at the same time that we're remaining and holding in our faith, there are things that are coming to an end within ourselves. There are certain attributes within ourselves that we need to clear away and end. And a lot of us may not see it, may not want to see it. But here's the Death card to say, but this is something that you need to see. This is something that you need to know. And unless you know it, unless you see it, you're not really going to be able to do what it is that, you know, you are putting your hope into. There's certain things that we're going to have to let go of. Feelings, thoughts, intentions, wills, beliefs that we need to let go of, because it's not helping us in the long run. You know, there seems to always be some type of disturbance, you know. Alright, so the cards that, first three cards that came up, which again is the Three of Cups. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Then we have the Six of Coins. So I already explained the Three of Cups as being energy that was being passed around, that now you're being offered, and you're like, I'm not. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. The Ace of Swords, being clear being clear about where you want to put your emotional investments in, how it is that you want to affect your, how it is you want to use your emotional self to, because basically you get what you are, you get what you vibrate, right? So being clear about what kind of emotional, what you want to emotionally invest yourself into, as far as, you know, the interactions, and how it is you want to relate to others, and being clear about it, getting a new idea, getting clarity about it. Maybe this video has helped some of you get some clarity about it, and you're understanding the dynamic. And like I was just saying, like this, for the Divine Feminist, a lot of this is you, and this is your Divine Masculine, like with his hand out. And just from understanding how, you know, especially because I didn't understand it when I was younger, like, why would these men, you know, deal with these females? Like, they supposed to be gutter bucket, whatever the case may be, but they still deal with these females, have families with them, you know, all this other stuff. Why? Or I'm not gonna say that, just they're with females who, if they had some money, they wouldn't be dealing with, basically. And that's why you notice that a lot of men, when they become famous, go after the women that they really want. And it don't look anything like the woman that was giving them what they needed. You know, giving them their value. Giving them value. When it's supposed to be the other way around. We're the men supposed to, I'm not going to say they give us value. We do give them value. But we don't give them value. We don't give them money. We don't give them a place to stay. We don't provide for them. But us simply being there, showing that he can take care of us and that he can provide for himself and his family and do a lot more than just provide, but the luxury and things of that nature, or just, you know, you don't have to be luxurious minded like I am, but what you gonna call it, yeah, just being able to maintain and even elevate a standard of well-being. Yeah. And the next three cards, we have the King of Staffs, running around all the time, can't stay still, trying to figure out where am I going next, where am I going next, where am I going next, where can I get it, where can I get it here, where can I get it there. We have the Queen of Cups. Where is my love? Where is my love? Where are you? I'm gonna just put my cup out and hopefully he'll come back, and I'm just gonna sit here in my feelings, and yeah, hopefully he'll come back and I can give him all the love that I got in my heart, and he'll just stay and we'll be together forever. But we got the Nine of Swords. So I feel like with these three cards, it's saying that y'all not even facing each other. Y'all don't even understand each other right now. He's looking at, oh yeah, you know, yeah. You know, maybe he wants to be here. Maybe also is saying that, because he's looking this way, that's what he wants to do. This is who he wants to be. The kind of person he wants to be, the giver and not the receiver. But at the moment, or maybe for some of you, that's just what they are, the receiver. I know that the person that I'm thinking of is a natural giver. You know, when they have it, and when they're not in their ego and all this other stuff. And here's Divine Feminine, hoping for, you know, staying in this emotional energy of waiting. Yeah, sorry about my table. Alright, so then we have the Nine of Swords, which is about, okay, Divine Feminine is being emotionally affected by the things that she chooses to, okay, I feel like also, the influence of other people. So you're trying to satisfy and be there for someone, and you want some type of emotional reciprocity out of it, but it's not being given. Okay, let's move out of this energy. So the next three cards I have is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is the Heartbreak card. It's a realization. It's also the, say, like, it could be, like they say, three is an ending, so it could be an ending that feels a little painful, as you can see. Well, more this way. Go from here to here. So we're just realizing the heartbreak and how it truly affected you. The heartbreak and how it truly affected you. How it created, how it led up to this moment, or to feeling like this in the past in your head. Feeling, heartbroken, third party situation, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like with the 10 of Cups here, it's saying that this was based on what you thought love was. This is what you thought love was. This was the results of how you came to understand what love is, and it became your basis, and it became what you needed, and it became the be all to end all of your understanding of what love is. And it's also saying, some of us, ending a cycle. This is ending a cycle. I'm just trying to think of the significance of the other cards, of the 4 cups, the 3 of cups, the 2 cups, and the 1 cup. Your emotional foundation. You're changing your emotional foundation based on, the things that you've been through, what has truly opened, because as you can see, it's like right in the heart chakra. Things that have completely killed your ego, and to help you really truly understand what love is. That emotional fulfillment, and that is not just gratification, but fulfillment and emotional satisfaction. That you truly desire, but have not been able to receive. Then we have the 8 of Staffs. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of messages in the communications to help you understand this, or just things are going to, I like to also think of this card as serendipity. So things could just be happening, synchronicities that help you understand a lot better what it is that is going on with your particular situation, to help you really see things so that you can know what it is that you truly want and need and deserve and desire for yourself. The last 3 cards I have are the 8 of Coins, the Chariot, and the Empress. And what I forgot to mention with the 6 of Coins, coins for me, and for some other people as well, represents not only money, or I did say it, but self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth. So you're going to invest in that which makes you feel good about yourself, because ultimately, when you feel good about yourself, that's what starts to come in. That's more starts to come in, or you'll be able to participate in the co-creation, happily participate in the co-creation of your future. I mean, we all, like Abraham says, Abraham Hicks, um, we are all creators of our own reality, of our own reality. And based on what we've been through in the past and with our clearer understandings, now we can put that energy into our self-worth and self-value and realize who we are as divine feminines, or whoever you are as a person, what you deserve. The Chariot, victory, moving forward, movement. Let me see. I'm going to look in the Psychic Tarot of the Heart translation book, because Miss Cleo book is a little too harsh for me. A little bit. Like, this is so literal. I'm like, I guess you need that, but you know. Okay, it's saying act, direct, master, discipline, focus, and effort. Right. So, it's saying that, you know, also, I mean, I guess this could be, in a way, the divine masculine. Oh, okay, wait a second. Just the way it just looked for a second, it was just, and what I got in my mind, it just looks so cute. Okay. Seeing that he's trying to put in the work, but he's still focused on his divine feminine. You know, he's put on his big boy drawers now, and he's going out there. Wait, hold on. Is that the karmic? Whoa, I just thought of that. Because, I mean, like Shira was saying, and just something I realized a lot of times, they will use the karmic or these females as a way of building themselves up, so then they can go take care of the woman that they want to take care of. I hope that's really not what's going on, because I don't like people using other people. I feel like you know, you don't have to use people, because God will always send you the right people who are willing to help you, no strings attached, as long as you don't have that in your energy as well. But they'll be willing to help you, no strings attached. But I feel like, but if anything, he's doing whatever he has to do so that he can get himself in a position to where he can build himself up. While you over here while Divine Feminine over here looking pretty and feminine and abundant, you know. Or it's saying basically, just in general, just for the matter of energy, that you're doing what you have to do so you can be in your so that you can be in your divine power, your divine feminine power. Alright, so I'm going to, I really don't want to do this right now, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to do it because I'm hungry and I want to go eat. So I'm going to do this real quick off camera, and then I'll get back to you with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck for a clarifier. So pristine, so profound. Baby, yes, wanna steer. There's a glam on my ear. Like the same time appear. Like the same I see. So it's bone in the rear. Fucking skies and some queers. Cause it's on the right and the left seat. Gang gang on the left seat. Okay, we're not doing all that, people. Let me just get a little bit of cards, like. Alright, I'm good with that. I'm good with a little bit of cards, you know. Okay. Oh, no, next. Okay. It's going deep. No simple social. When you surrender. Okay. What about this? Oh no. Okay. Anyway. All right. At the base, we got the base chakra. So, the base chakra is about survival. It's about our instincts. It's about where we gonna live, what we gonna eat, where the clothes at, where the cash at. Don't be surprised when she asks where the cash at. Don't be surprised when she gives you her cash app. Right. Felt it in my spirit, like spread. Okay, the first card that came out was detach, which this is the Justice card. We gotta let go of detach. Okay, because it's about getting your feelings out of a situation so that you can really see it for what it is, like watching a movie, like watching a movie. Detach, let go, not allow yourself to become so emotionally involved, or just a time where you need to just let go of your emotional involvement because it's making you make decisions that maybe you wouldn't really make if you were in a different place, if you felt differently. So, okay. Then we have the Two of Wands, which is spread your wings. And it's about, making a decision, the choice. There's a decision to make here. There's different ways that you can go about this. And okay, we have 1, and then we have 2 ones, which is 11, and then we have the 2. So I'm going to read what John Holland has to say, and then I'm out of here so I can eat. The base chakra. This color is red. The sound is lam. Element is earth. Makes sense. Earth represents the foundation. The gland is the adrenal gland, but your adrenal meaning, your energy, like your the root of it all, like what you're doing it all for, basically the reason why you do what you do. And the key word is I have. Known as the base or root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine and is most closely related to all of your earthly issues such as survival, the physical bodies, money, sustainability, sustenance, safety, and shelter. Physical movement strengthens this chakra. Walk, dance, work in the garden, do anything that will get you moving. By energizing this chakra, you strengthen your right to have, and you will be blessed with loving and supportive relationships that you truly deserve. Then we have, I'm going to read Spread Your Wings first. 2 of Wands. Expansion, freedom, confinement, decision. Energies of expansion are around you now, and because of this, you may be feeling restless and uncertain. Your mind and soul are ready to soar, but you may feel confined by certain relationships or certain aspects of them. Although they may be comfortable and feel safe, it is possible they don't quite fulfill your needs. Even the desire to be in a relationship could be restricted because it becomes your focus and you forget to live your life and to the fullest. That's why I read this first, because that's why we need to detach. Because wanting something so much only pushes it away and gives more resistance. That's why when we feel like giving up, this is like when we feel like giving up, they always come back. Somehow, some way, they always come back. You know, when we give up. That's why the star card and the death card came out. Is because, you know, I feel like we should still have some type of hope while this ending is happening, because we don't want to go back in that same cycle of needing that person to make us feel good, you know, to give us to want that emotional validation from them, when we should be pouring our emotions into, like the star card, pouring our emotions, our own emotional validation into what we truly want for ourselves. Okay, let me finish. Sometimes when you think you have all that you could ever want, you realize that you now want something else. Perhaps a relationship has grown a little too restricting, or it's not exciting enough, or maybe it no longer meets your needs as you've evolved and changed. What will it take to allow you to feel unrestrained and joyful? Listen to your heart. Do you really want what do you okay Listen to your heart. What do you really want? Remember to make any needed changes with love and compassion. Of course. Now I'm going to go to detach. Reflect, accept, decide, clarity, responsibility, and fairness. Sometimes our ego prevents us from seeing events clearly. It's time to detach emotionally from a relationship or a situation so that you can step back and reevaluate. Reflect upon how the relationship is working. Is it satisfying? What role do you play in harmony or disharmony? An honest appraisal is required in order to gain clarity to help you better understand what might need to be done to improve it. This is true even if the relationship is already a good one. It's important to accept that your previous actions, decisions, and beliefs have led you to your current situation, whether it's pleasant or difficult. We do steer the course of our lives, although often without conscious intent. Like I was saying in the beginning, conscious intent. By assessing your situation and accepting responsibility for it, you're able to free yourself from the need to blame another person or destiny. There's no guilt associated with this card, only clarity and empowerment. And that's something else I've noticed. Like, and I understand too, because I felt that way. I had to learn. I'm still getting out of that myself. I needed this. Sits well for me as well as it does for anybody else. So I'm also talking to myself as I am explaining this, but the need to blame others for what you're going through. You've always had a decision. You've always had a choice. And if you were able to detach yourself, and if you felt really comfortable with yourself, you would have been able to make some better choices, myself included. And that's why we need to learn how to be able to detach and see the situation for what it is, and not for what we hope for it to be, what we want it to be. Have hope in ourselves and not in the situations. Have faith in ourselves and not in people, places, and things. Put our hope and our faith in God and ourselves and not in other people, places, and things, because God is the one that aligns us all together. So if we're directing our hope and our, God is like the purifier. He's the purifier. We send up our thoughts to him and or her. The I believe God is the mixture of the divine masculine and divine feminine put into one, because that's only that just makes sense to me. That yeah, that's, you can't just be one thing. But I like to say he, because, like I said, God is my father, like daddy, like God is daddy. That's my father. He spoils us. Like, if you allow him, he will spoil you. Anyway. Yeah, so we have to allow ourselves to not be so in, because when we like that, we don't see the situation for what it is, and then one day we're just sitting there like, how the hell did we get here? But we made all of these decisions, and now we're like, how the hell did we get here? Because we're so in the flow that we don't get a chance to quiet ourselves and understand what is going on with ourselves in our environment and how things are either in harmony or not. Once you've detached yourself from and examine the relationship, lack of relationship, or other matter of the heart, you're in a better position to decide what your next step might be. Remember that the detached card knows no ego. Decisions arrived at as a result of drawing this card must be fair and balanced for everyone involved. I accept the role I play. Oh, the affirmation for this card is, for the Justice card, is, I accept the role I play in creating my relationships in my life. So, yeah. For me included, I'm saying this, for me included, it's time to stop the pity party. It's time to stop, feeling like somebody's done something to us, because nobody did anything to us. We've allowed it. There were decisions that we made too. There are a lot of decisions that we made, a lot of energy that we put into the situation as well. And if things did not go to our liking, it's because we did things we weren't comfortable with in the first place, and that's why we're feeling like this now. Like, I don't want to put my energy there. I don't want to put my cup there. I'm not fucking with y'all. Like, and I understand, but now it's telling us to be our spiritual divine selves and detach and spread our wings. After we detach, we'll be able to spread our wings and do what we need to do like beautiful butterflies. So, again, it's your girl Bree, and from Level Up Tarot, because that's what my goal is. That's what my goal is, to level up, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, every other elite that you can think of that will be conducive to our health, wellness, and well-being, and all of that. So, yeah. Thank you, and stay blessed. Well, know that you are blessed, and then stay blessed. See you later.